Your cat is eating like crazy, but literally wasting away before your eyes? This isn't old age. It's a deadly disease that disguises itself as normal aging, and you have just a few weeks to recognize it. Hey there, today we're breaking down feline hyperthyroidism, a disease that 8 out of 10 owners miss until it's too late. You'll learn how to recognize the first signs, which tests to demand from your vet, and which treatment method actually works. If you have a cat over 8 years old, this video could save their life. Subscribe so you don't lose it. Let's get started. Most owners think, my cat became more active, they're acting young again, or they lost weight, finally got rid of that extra weight, and they miss precious time. Hyperthyroidism is an endocrine disorder where the thyroid gland produces too much thyroid hormone called thyroxine. Imagine all your cat's body systems are running at 200%. The heart beats faster, metabolism speeds up, the body literally burns itself out. In 95% of cases, the cause is a benign thyroid tumor called an adenoma. Sounds not so scary, but without treatment, it destroys the heart, kidneys, and nervous system in just months. If your cat is over 8 years old and you've noticed even one strange symptom, don't wait. Hyperthyroidism is insidious because it mimics normal aging for a long time. But where does this disease even come from? Many people think hyperthyroidism is genetics or bad luck. Nothing could have prevented it. But that's not entirely true. Scientists at Cornell University's Feline Health Center found a correlation between the disease and chemicals in the environment. We're talking about preservatives in cheap foods, artificial flavors, flame retardants from furniture, and phenolic compounds from household cleaners. Direct causation hasn't been scientifically proven yet. These are hypotheses. But the statistics speak for themselves. Cats eating canned food with questionable ingredients get sick more often. The most confirmed risk factor is age. 80% of cases occur in cats over 8 to 10 years old. But the disease can manifest in younger animals too. Choose quality foods with transparent ingredients. Minimize your cat's contact with household chemicals. And after age 8, get a thyroid hormone test once a year, even if your cat looks healthy. All right, now you know the causes. But how do you know the disease has already started? The owner sees the cat is eating more than usual but losing weight, and thinks, probably worms or just moving around a lot. But this is the main red flag of hyperthyroidism. With excess thyroxine, the body enters a hypermetabolic state. All processes speed up. A cat can eat double or triple portions, but their body burns calories faster than they can consume them. It's like stoking a furnace with wood. But the wood burns instantly, there's still no heat. The animal literally wastes away before your eyes. Get in the habit of weighing your cat once a month. Loss of even 10 to 16 ounces in a short period? That's a reason to immediately see a vet. Don't wait until your cat turns into a skeleton, but that's not the only symptom. What comes next is even worse. The cat became more active, playing like a kitten, that's good. Or the opposite, became aggressive. Just their personality getting worse with age. No, this is a hormonal disruption. Excess thyroxine acts on the nervous system like a constant stimulant. The cat becomes hyperactive, restless, can't sit still. Or conversely, shows unprovoked aggression. Hisses, bites, avoids contact. This isn't a behavioral problem, it's a physical condition where the animal literally can't control their nerves. Imagine you drank 10 cups of coffee and can't calm down. That's roughly how your cat feels, 24/7. If your pet's personality has changed drastically, this isn't age or stress, it's a medical problem. Describe the changes to your vet in as much detail as possible. It's an important part of diagnosis. Let's move on. The next symptom is the most life-threatening. Owners rarely check their cat's pulse or blood pressure. Well, breathing fast probably ran around. Meanwhile, the heart is working to exhaustion. Thyroxine makes the heart beat significantly faster than normal. This is called tachycardia. At the same time, arterial hypertension develops, high blood pressure. Without treatment, this leads to hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, thickening of the heart walls, and then heart failure and sudden death. The most insidious part, blood pressure is impossible to see without a blood pressure monitor. The cat can look normal, but inside, their heart is already being destroyed. With any suspicion of hyperthyroidism, demand that your vet measure blood pressure and do an echocardiogram, heart ultrasound. This isn't being overly cautious, it's a mandatory part of the examination. But the heart isn't the only organ under attack. The cat started drinking more, must be hot. Or maybe the food is salty. But this is a classic symptom not only of hyperthyroidism, but also of hidden kidney failure. With hyperthyroidism, the load on the kidneys increases. They work in overdrive trying to filter blood faster, hence polydipsia, excessive thirst, and polyuria, frequent urination. Here's what's scary. Hyperthyroidism can mask chronic kidney disease, while the thyroid is driving metabolism. The kidneys sort of work, even though they're being destroyed. But once you treat the hyperthyroidism, suddenly it's discovered that the kidneys are barely functioning. If your cat started going to the litter box more often and drinking more, this isn't trivial. This is a reason to test not only hormones, but also blood chemistry with kidney function assessment. Immediately. Now let's talk about external signs that are visible to the naked eye. The coat got worse, probably vitamin deficiency, or claws are brittle. Old age. Owners buy vitamins, change food, but don't go to the vet. Hypermetabolism depletes the body from within. The body lacks resources to maintain healthy skin, coat, and claws. The coat becomes dull, brittle, matted. Claws thicken or conversely split and break. Some cats start looking unkempt, even though they used to be fastidious. This is also a consequence of the disease. The animal simply doesn't have the energy to groom themselves. Vitamins won't help if the cause is a hormonal imbalance. If your cat's appearance has drastically deteriorated and the food and care haven't changed, this is a medical problem, not a cosmetic one. All right, the symptoms are clear. But how does the vet make a diagnosis? The owner comes to the vet and says, "Check my cat." The vet does a general blood test, finds nothing critical, and sends them home. And hyperthyroidism remains undetected. The basis of hyperthyroidism diagnosis is a blood test for total thyroxine, T4. In sick cats, its level significantly exceeds the norm. But there's a catch. If the disease is in an early stage or the cat is weakened by other conditions, T4 can be at the upper limit of normal. In such cases, a repeat test is needed in 2 to 4 weeks or a more accurate test. Determination of free T4 by equilibrium dialysis method. At the same time, blood chemistry, kidney function, and urinalysis are mandatory. Because, as we remember, hyperthyroidism masks kidney failure. Don't hesitate to demand specific tests from your vet. Say, "I need a total T4 test, blood chemistry with kidney assessment, and blood pressure measurement." This is your right and obligation to your pet. Diagnosis confirmed. Now the most important thing, treatment. Owners often choose treatment based on what's cheaper or what's easier. And then they're surprised why the cat isn't recovering. There are 3 treatment methods for hyperthyroidism. I'll tell you about each one honestly, without sugarcoating. Method 1. Radioiodine therapy, I on 131. This is the gold standard. The cat is given an iodine isotope that selectively accumulates in diseased thyroid cells and destroys them from within, without touching healthy tissue. Effectiveness, about 95%. One procedure and most cats recover forever. Downsides, expensive depending on the clinic, requires hospitalization for 3 to 7 days, not available in all areas. Sometimes hypothyroidism develops, hormone deficiency, but this is easily corrected. Method 2. Surgical thyroidectomy, removal of the thyroid gland, used when radioiodine therapy is unavailable. Effectiveness is high, but there are risks. Possible hypothyroidism or hypocalcemia if parathyroid glands are damaged requires anesthesia, which is dangerous for elderly cats with heart problems. Method 3. Medical treatment. Pills that block thyroxine production. Cheap and available. But this isn't treatment, it's control. Pills need to be given every day for life. Missed a dose, symptoms return. Side effects, nausea, skin reactions, toxic effects on the liver, suppression of blood cell production, requires constant monitoring through blood tests. If possible, choose radioiodine therapy. This is real cure, not lifelong dependence on pills. If not, surgery is better than medication. Pills are the last resort. And now the most important question, what happens next? Owners think, well, we treated it, now everything's fine. and they stop monitoring the cat. But the disease can return or cause complications. If treatment is started before serious complications develop, the prognosis is excellent. Radioiodine therapy and surgery provide long-term remission in 90 to 95% of cats. But if heart failure or kidney disease developed before treatment, they won't go away. Hyperthyroidism is cured, but the consequences remain. With medical treatment, the prognosis depends on the owner's discipline and drug tolerance. The cat can live for years, but quality of life will be lower. After any treatment method, regular monitoring, every 3 to 6 months, test hormones, blood chemistry, check heart and kidneys. This isn't paranoia. This is responsibility. And finally, how to help your cat at home. Owners think, well, the vet did everything, my job is done. No, your role is key. After treatment, the cat needs quality food, balanced, recommended by the vet. No experiments. Weight monitoring, weigh once a week. Any sudden change, call the vet. Stress minimization. Calm environment, no moves, renovations, new animals in the house. Observation of appearance, coat, skin, claws. Any deterioration is a signal. Keep a health diary for your cat. Record weight, appetite, behavior, test results. This will help you and your vet track progress. All right, we've broken everything down. Now let's summarize. Feline hyperthyroidism isn't a death sentence, but it's not trivial either. It's a condition that requires your attentiveness, quick action, and proper treatment. The earlier you notice symptoms, the better the chances of saving your pet without serious consequences. Remember, your cat depends on you completely. And now a question for you. Have you dealt with hyperthyroidism in your cat? Which treatment method did you choose? Write in the comments. Your experience can help other owners. Like if the video was helpful and subscribe to the channel. In the next episode, we'll break down chronic kidney disease in cats. Take care of your pets. See you soon.